Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by whispering forests and crystal streams, there lived a girl named Alina. She was kind-hearted, curious, and loved wandering into the woods to collect wildflowers and listen to the songs of the wind. But there was something different about this forest. People said it was alive. They called it the Forest of Lumira, a place where light danced even at night, and the air shimmered with secrets. One evening, as the sun melted into gold behind the mountains, Alina wandered deeper than ever before. She followed the sound of a strange humming, soft yet powerful, as if the forest itself was singing. The sound led her to an ancient tree with roots as thick as walls. And there, nestled among the roots, was a stone glowing with a soft blue light. It wasn't an ordinary stone, it pulsed like a heartbeat. Alina reached out, hesitating for a moment. The moment her fingers touched it, the forest went silent. The wind stopped. The leaves froze. For a heartbeat, everything stood still. Then whoosh! A surge of light rushed through her veins. She gasped, falling to her knees. The stone dissolved into her hand, leaving a faint swirl-shaped mark on her palm. Suddenly, she could feel everything. The trees breathing, the heartbeat of the earth, even the sorrow of dying flowers. She ran home, frightened but amazed. That night, she couldn't sleep. When she raised her hand in the dark, tiny sparks of light danced above her fingers like fireflies obeying her will. Days passed, and Alina began to understand her power. She could heal broken things. A withered plant would bloom again at her touch. A sick animal would rise, wagging its tail. She tried to keep it secret, but small miracles don't stay hidden for long. Then came the drought. The river that fed their crops dried up, and the ground cracked open like an old scar. People grew desperate and hopeless. Alina stood at the edge of the dry riverbed, clutching her marked hand. She didn't know if she could help, but she had to try. Closing her eyes, she whispered to the forest, "Please, help me save them." The mark on her hand began to glow, brighter and brighter. A rumble echoed beneath the earth. And then, like 1,000 hidden springs bursting free, water erupted from the ground. The river returned, sparkling under the sun like liquid light. The villagers fell to their knees, crying with joy. But Alina didn't stop there. She used her power to grow food for the hungry. She healed the sick. She restored the dying forest. Her hands became symbols of hope. Yet power always comes with a cost. Each time she used her magic, the mark on her hand dimmed a little. The forest whispered to her in dreams, the gift must one day return to where it came from. Then came the great storm. Thunder roared across the sky. Winds tore through the valley. Lightning struck the mountains. The villagers cried out for help. Alina knew this was the moment the forest had warned her about. She ran into the storm, toward the heart of the forest. The ancient tree still stood there, trembling under the fury of the wind. Alina pressed her fading mark against its bark and whispered, "Take it back. But protect them." A blinding light exploded from her hand. The storm froze mid raindrops suspended like stars. Then, all at once, the sky cleared. The village below lay safe and untouched. When the people found her, Alina was lying at the base of the tree, peaceful, smiling. The mark on her hand had vanished. The stone rested again among the roots, softly glowing, waiting for the next pure heart to find it. From that day on, whenever villagers walked through the forest of Lumira, they saw tiny lights dancing among the trees. As if the forest itself whispered her name, Alina. They called her the Girl of Light. Her story became a legend, reminding everyone that the greatest power in the world is not magic but a heart that chooses to help others. Some say, if you ever walk deep enough into the forest on a moonlit night, you might still see her smiling through the trees, her hand glowing faintly, guiding the lost back home. Did you enjoy the story of Alina and the Magic Stone? Subscribe the channel for most amazing stories. See you in the next video. BYE.